Okay, dear students, we have started the recording of this lecture, which we are going to hold on online today. So just to a quick review of the last lecture, we are starting off with chapter 1, which is of marketing, creating and capturing the customer values. And in this chapter, we were trying to cover up these topics. And these were the topics, which is what is marketing, understanding the marketplace and customer needs, designing a customer-driven marketing strategy, preparing an integrated marketing plan and program, building customer relationships, capturing value from customers, the changing marketing landscape. Okay, so coming back to the definition we discussed at length in our previous lecture, I just wanted to have a quick review of this definition. So if any student can help me to identify the key concepts that were given in this definition. The marketing definition we talked about was marketing is a process by which companies create value for customers and build strong customer relationships to capture value from customers in return. So any student can help me to identify the key terms, the key dimensions of marketing, please. I need student feedback. Students, if you can type down. And student who was attentive in the last class. Oh, you can text me, should I? Okay, let me just work out for you in a quick manner. So we were talking about marketing is a process by which companies create what? They create value for customers. And we discussed at length what does a value means, if you remember. Okay, and then they build strong customer relationships. That is also a key of the marketing. And that third thing is to get value from the customers. So these are the three most important aspects. And there's one aspect here as well, to build bond strong customer relationships. Okay, so these are the three dimensions. And we talked about like creating value for the students they were not present in the class. We talked about like if you're coming to King Faisal University to get a degree, so what is that? Most of the students, they would be paying for the degree. Why would they pay for the degree? Because they want to get an education, like one of the students told us in the class. So education, and then they get a value because it can help them to secure a job. So that's why they just leave their homes, come to the university in different timings, pay the financial fees and traveling, and all of the costs are involved. They also give time to the university, and they consider it's valuable because at the end of the day they will get a degree which they'll be using, and this is going to help them to in their future careers and all the stuff, Similarly, if we talk about Coca-Cola or Pepsi or any drink, they also give us a value that when we are feeling thirsty, they're there to help us to quench our thirst. But anyways, we have spent a whole lecture on the value, like how the businesses create value into the products and services. If they are failed to create a value, or if the customers don't think any value, then they will not go and buy those products and services. Like most of the restaurants, when you go on a restaurant and buy, for example, if you order a fried chicken, you can do it at home as well, and that's going to be very inexpensive. But what happens is, like most of the time, we go with our families and we go into a hotel or restaurant, and we get a chicken from there. So this can be like 300, 400 times more expensive. But the thing is that we consider that as valuable. The recipe, or the whatever you call it, the way they cook it, the taste, and all these things. So we consider that as valuable. So what they're doing is they are charging us higher for the value they create. So you have to understand that when they create value, otherwise you would have cooked it at home and you would have got it on a very inexpensive manner. So again, referring back to the brand, we know that the brands, what they do is nowadays, they create values in our mind. So because of the value, we're willing to pay the higher prices. Okay, coming to the next slide, we talked about this process and how does it works. So the whole marketing process starts from step one, in which we are basically, what we're doing, we're trying to understand the marketplace and customer needs and wants. So if you try to become an entrepreneur, this is a good point to start with. You must understand the customer's needs and wants. So any product or service that is designed on the customer needs and wants is definitely going to win and definitely going to get you good business. Another aspect is design a customer-driven marketing strategy. So this is very important. So everything, is the heart of everything is customer. So don't you get your ideas more powerful than the customer. So every idea, everything, the customer is the heart of everything. And then you construct an integrated marketing program that delivers the superior value. So then you think like how we can communicate the values we are talking about that we are going to give to the customer. How are we going to get this in the minds of the customers? So that is very important that we give this value into the heads of the customer, so the customer would know like how they're going to get this value. And then building profitable relationship and creating customer delight. So profitable relationship, obviously, if you are a for-profit company, then you are looking for to generate profit, unless you are an NGO, non-governmental organizations. So, and another thing is customer delight. That is the most important thing. So the customer should be happy, and he should be willing, and he should be excited, and he should be looking forward to your product and services. Like we see in nowadays in the mobile phones, the mobile phone company has done, which is unprecedented in the history of humankind, that they can create a far delight than the rest of the products and services. Like every time they surprise customer with new and added features, which the customers could not envisage, the customers were not even expecting, but they have just kept on surprising us, keep on give us the delight. So that is one of the reason that mobile industry has grown tremendously over the period of time than any other industry in the world. And the reason being is that they can create a delight. Like initially, we know that a mobile phone is basically to connect two people one is at a distance from each other. So mobile phone have revolutionized over the period of time. They have keep on adding values to the products. So if you want to remember, like during, I guess, 2000, early 2000, there was a company that was, they were called Pager, and the Pagers were very much into this business. They're just providing a texting. You would be surprised to know that. So business people, they can text live to one another and could get a runtime information about their businesses. So what happened is that this is just a tiny feature, the mobile phone company has just added this feature, and you can't imagine that this was a multi-million industry company that they just have to close it down because of this one thing. So earlier we used to have cameras have just gone away because of the mobile phones, the stereo, the music. We used to have a walk phone, and they're just gone away. And then lots of industries. We have mobile phones have calendars. They have got Gmail. They've got Twitter. They've got so everything. So anytime the mobile phone comes in, it comes in with lots of value. So that creates a delay. So uh, so the customer capture value from customers in return. So what does it mean? That they pay you dollars or Saudi Real a pound in return. So it's when you are having a good profitable relationship with the customer, you can capture value from the customers to create profits and customer equity. So that is the key of the businesses. So these are like 5 stages we have just talked about. Okay, come to the next slide. That we need to be understanding the marketplaces and customer needs. That is the key of all the things. So we have to understand what are the customer needs, what are the customer wants, and what are the customer demands. So if you can properly identify these real needs or their wants and their demands, then you can develop great marketing offerings. So that can help you to provide what we should be providing them. And then you need to understand the concept of value and how it has to do with the satisfaction. So satisfaction is the key. Like if you buy a product and that is expensive, but you are satisfied, it means that is a value for the money. But if you sometimes, people buy a small item like for $5 real or 10 real, and they have a higher dissatisfaction. And sometimes people buy very expensive products, but still they feel satisfied. Like if they buy a Lamborghini, if they buy a Ferrari, Rolls Royce, but they feel more satisfied. So satisfaction is a different thing than just spending the money. So it's about, did you get the value? Did you get the things that you were looking for? Did you get what you wanted for? So there's the concept. You need to understand exchanges and the relationships and what are the markets. So these are the core concepts you'll be looking. Next slides. So students, are you following me? If you want to ask any question, please raise your hands, or you can just stop me during the lectures. That's not a problem, okay? Are you following me, students? Okay, thanks, Rufian. Okay, so let's talk about, this is the key aspect. We'll try to understand a difference between needs, wants, and demands. Apparently, in a layman, we just consider them as equal, like needs and wants and demands are the same things. But in marketing, we differentiate them. For instance, we call needs are the states of deprivation, when you are, if you're talking about a physical need, like when you are getting a lecture in during uh, 12 in the noon or 2 p.m. or 3 p.m., you feeling hungry, and sometimes if it's cold or it's very hot, then you feel like I need to have clothes, or I need to put on the clothes or put off the clothes. Similarly, when you're feeling warm or when you're feeling need for safety. So these are very physical things. You need to get the physical uh, products for them. So if you're feeling hungry, you would definitely need food. If you need the clothing, you would go to purchase clothes. If you need to get warm, you need to get yourself, jackets or something like. And if you're feeling insecure, for example, the weather is very hot, you can't drive a bike, then you would try to buy yourself a car so that you can get a safety. So but there is another kind of needs that are very much affiliated with the human beings that are called social needs. So social needs are different than the physical needs. Social needs is like one of the social need is like sense of belonging. Like you want people to consider that you belong to them. Like there can be different classes in a society. We divide the class into lower class, lower class, lower upper class, and a lower middle class, the middle class, upper middle class, and the upper class and upper class. So we can divide society into different classes. So imagine if somebody is there and he or she wants to be affiliated to the, and if they are in the middle class, and if they want to be associated with the upper middle class, that's how we can create classes, I guess. If somebody is here in the middle class and they just want themselves to be looked upon as upper middle class, so that is the need for belonging. So that's one of the reasons we might be buying products and services, because we see like this upper middle class wear this kind of product, they just drive this kind of car and things like that. And then affection. Some people like to be loved, people like to be cared about, people like to be, concerned about their feelings. So these are the social needs. So you see most of the beauty mark industry, they will just try to sell products using the affection. They just try to sell products that enhance your beauty. And their objective is the core need that they are trying to address is the affection, that if people wants to be affected, if people want to be cared about, if people mm, wants to be, you know, loved, they need affection. So that's the one of the thing that marketeer capitalize and sell uh, products and services. So, so if we are clear on this. Hello,
Yes.
can you hear me, please? Okay, sounds good. Sorry, I just got so much taken away that I clicked and got myself out from the lecture. Oops. So we were talking about this thing. Okay, so can you see the slides, please? What does the fish mean? No, you can't see them. Okay, let's try. Let's get them again. Okay, I'm just sharing it again. It's taking a bit of time. Okay, so here we got. So here we go. Okay, students. So we were talking about needs, and now let's talk about the wants. So what is the difference between need and a want? Wants are basically a form that needs take as they are shaped by culture and individual personality. So there can be something that is not your basic need, that is not a human need, but there are certain things that you want them because of your culture. So if you can help me to find out what are the things that are culturally that you need for yourself. For instance, in Saudi Arabia, you see men, they wear thobe. And thobe is the requirement, is something uh, that you are needed in Saudi Arabia. Similarly, if women, they are wearing this abaya, so that is a cultural thing. So, in contrary to other countries, they have different cultural dressings. So there can be numerous things that can be different. So the only thing that we have to understand is that wants are the products and services that are shaped by culture and even by individual personalities. So if somebody is like different, then they probably would like to buy something different. Like for instance, as a professors, they used to wear like a two-piece suit or three-piece, pants and shirts. And then we need to have the marker. We need to have and similarly, the students, they also need tablets and the computers and certain things which are required for the education. Then you need the books. So these are particular wants that are different than the rest of the people. Third thing which is important is for to understand that is demands. So demands is something that is very much important for the businesses and marketers. This is basically the wants, they are backed by buying power. So if people, they have wants and they cannot afford it, then this is wishes. So but the businesses are more interested about the demands, so people, they can have a buying power. So that's why I think Saudi Arabia is a good market, consumer market, and restaurants like you can develop new products and services because over here people do have a good buying power. That's why I can see like many businesses coming from around the world. They are selling, they're marketing their businesses, and they're making good profit out of it. So I hope you understand these three concepts. Now let's come into understand in the marketplace and customer needs. So what is a marketplace and what are marketing offerings? So marketing offerings are some combination of products, services, information, experiences offered to a market to satisfy a need or a want. So basically, marketing offering is a combination of different things. It can have a products. So if you take an example of the Maza or KFC. So what is the marketing offering? They offer you like if you go to buy a pizza, or if you buy, you know, a chicken fried burgers, whatever. So they offer those things. But this is just not the one that they are offering. They also give you the services. They also provide you information. They get sometimes they make your loyalty cards, and they just keep on sending you messages, and they do marketing. And then they or experiences offered to a market to satisfy a need or want. So they just keep on telling you, like showing you customers they are satisfied, and that they are sharing their experiences with you. So our marketing offerings is not just like Mazda is not just selling those, or the KFC or McDonald's, that those products, but they are also offering you lots of different things. If they are opening for 24/7, do you know 24/7? It means a business outlet is open for 24 hours, 7 days a week. So that is again a great kind of a service that they are going to offer. So 24/7 service, they need a lot of investments. They need to have almost to double staff. If they are working for 9 to 5, they might need a different kind of a staff. But if they need to work through the night as well, but this is a different thing. Like they have to work out the market demand. If there's a market demand, then they can offer 24/7 service. What is marketing myopia? Marketing myopia is focusing only on existing wants and losing sight of underlying customers' needs. Like what happened is you become so much taken away by the current existing demand, and you just can't understand the underlying needs of the customers. Here, I always talk about Nokia, and we must understand from the Nokia case study. Students, you must know Nokia. Are you familiar with the Nokia company? So everybody, I think, would be know like who was Nokia. They were once the leaders in the mobile phones, and they had, we can call them, they were in a market in myopia, and they were just very much focusing on the existing market wants and needs. They were just very happy that they're making world's best mobile phones, which are reliable, which are durable. And in reality, they forgot that what are the customers' underlying needs. So the customer wanted to have a change, a trendy, more sophisticated kind of mobile phone. When Nokia mobile phones, they look very like hard, and they were very very good mobile phones, to be honest, and they were one of the most appreciated in their times. But the major flaw was that they could not understand the consumer's underlying need, and the consumer underlying need is like they just always want to get new and different um, things. They just get human beings have a tendency to get fed up with the things. Like I always talk about Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, Bani Israel, when they were given this manna salwa, they were offered, but somehow they should have been very happy that they don't have to do nothing, and they just can get the food. It's half of the world, like all the world is running after getting food, and they were getting for free. What happened is they complain Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that this is not more tasty, and we want to have a different taste. So we want different variety. So that's why we see like this is the human inbuilt thing that has to do with this. So that's why we can see KFC, Mazda, McDonald, and then Burger King, all these different restaurants. So after you understand this concept, now trying to understand the marketplace and customer needs, and try to understand what are the customers' value and satisfaction. So the most important thing is the customer's values and satisfaction. So what value you are giving to the customer? If the consumer consider that is value for money, they will pay you more money. Money is not a problem until and unless they are satisfied and they consider that is valuable. So the marketeers, they set the right level of expectation. That is a crucial thing. You should set relevant expectations. Do not create too high or too low expectations. When you are marketing, you have to develop the right kind of expectations from the customer. If you are, for example, if you are marketing too high and customers are developing very high expectations from the products and services, and when they use the services, even though they are superior than their competitors, they're not going to like it and they will complain about it. So what has happened? The only reason is that you had marketed so high that you have created high values in the minds of the customer. So that's why we need to have a balance in which what customers need, what customer wants, their values, and then we counter them, and it has to be equal. We should not be like if King Faisal University tries to claim that we are going to develop our business students, one of the best in the world, so that would be a very high claim. Or otherwise, if the marketing and they're marketing on the television or advertisement or social media, and that creates an expectation in the minds of the students that we'll be the best business students in the world. Then when they get a degree, no doubt they get a job, but somehow they will feel not satisfied because they are not treated the way they were expecting. So that's very important for us to understand. I hope you got this concept. So there's another concept that is very important for the business students in marketing, that is the exchange. So what is exchange? Exchange is the act of obtaining a desired object from someone by offering something in return. So that is very interesting. Initially, to have a barter system in place, so people they don't had money at that time, or what they used to do, they used to trade off things with other things. So if somebody has got wheat to make flour, they will just give wheat to other person, and if they need shoes, they will just barter with them. So he will give him some wheat, and he can give them shoes. Similarly, if you need something else you'll just barter whatever you can have with the other people. But with the passage of time, the economy is developed. Earlier, we were using gold as a means to barter, to buy something. Then we have changed it into the currency. So in currency, what we see paper money, and then we have got like plastic money. This is plastic money, in which you see credit cards, debit cards, and then that has been now gone into the cryptocurrency and more, stocks and shares. So the means of exchanging is changing over the period of time. Now try to understand the market and customer needs. And markets are the set of actual and potential buyers of a product. So we have to understand this phenomena, then you're able to understand and devise marketing strategy appropriately. So see, we got like supplier. Supplier are the one, they provide us raw material. So they provide us like if we are in Mazda and KFC, so we might need chicken. So the chicken is to be provided by this supplier. We might need ingredients. We might need uh, what you call them. We need oil to cook this. You need different ingredients for this. So this supplier is basically delivering us, and they're also giving to the other competitors as well. So they are the one, they provide these services. So what happens is, as our company, we have some marketing intermediaries here. So you have to understand that how we can go to the consumers, and some intermediaries are also available to the our competitors. So we choose between what are the channels through which we can send our message across to customers. That is the key. So in early eras, the era in which I belong, we used to have a single national television, and on a single national television, what it used to be, like all the customers, all of us, all the audience were available on that single channel. That was a national TV. So back in like 1990s, okay? So the national TV, all the viewers were watching that. So if I try to make a TV over here, it's like this. So all of us were available on the television. So all of us were available on the television at that time. And that was a great thing. So what happened is that it was very easy for companies to market in that time. But nowadays, there's lots of distractions for the marketeers perspective. A particular student like you, she might be sitting in front of a TV. And imagine if I'm a company, I have put an ad on the TV, but she is busy with her mobile phone, and she is on a social platform like Facebook or Twitter or anything. So there is another person sitting here. He's on his tablet, and he's on a different platform. So what I'm trying to tell you is that sending the message across to the consumer has become more challenging nowadays as compared to the early era. But we see that the advancement of digital marketing, social media marketing, so these are the new areas in which marketing has developed. We'll talk about social media marketing and digital marketing and its benefits later on, because that has revolutionized the whole marketing process. Initially, here we had the marketing intermediaries. We used to use billboards. We used to had, direct marketing. We used to send pamphlets. We used to have different, uh, sending messages on the television. You see messages on mobile phones and all these things. Let's talk about marketing management. What is marketing management? It's basically the art and science of choosing target markets and building profitable relationship with them. So the key is to identify the right type of market. So in today's era, you will see like almost all the markets are kind of saturated. So if you are talking about soft drink markets, what are the options that we have got for in soft drinks? We have lots of options, you know. We have Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and 7 and what else? So in the juices, we have got lots of juices. So we can differentiate some soft drinks into carbonated drinks. So there's a huge market. So the businesses have to understand, like, if you want to sell something to the existing market, we have to create a niche. A niche means we have to create a difference in the mind of the customers. So we have to understand what customers will we serve. We have to identify those customers because these customers are very important for us to understand. How can we best serve these customers? So what is the difference that we are going to make than the market that is already offered? So are you following with me, students? Hello, students. Are you following this? Please text me. Okay. So if you have any questions, please just stop me or text me. If any concept you could not understand, I can just explain it to you. Okay, now let's talk about another important terminology that we use in marketing, that is called market segmentation. So it refers to dividing the markets into segments of customers. So that's what I was talking about, that we have to understand and we have to identify a typical market that we want to serve. Like if you want to sell some, you know, luxury goods, if you want to sell, if you are in automobile industry, and if you are selling cars, then you have to decide upon what kind of cars you're going to make and sell, you know. So the thing is, your car, how you differentiate your cars from your other competitors. Like if you have already got Honda, Toyota, so they're kind of selling a similar kind of a market. So what about if we are going in a luxury cars, if we want to sell BMW, Lamborghini, Ferrari, okay? So then we are going up in the market. So we have to identify our market. You have to understand is our market more gender based? Like, can we sell it to the males or can we sell it to females? Or we have to identify if we want to sell it to the individuals who have higher buying power or lower buying power, or we should target children, or we should target to the youth between the age of 17 to 23. So that's what you decide about. Because when you decide about this target market, then you will be able to sell the products in a right manner. So not all the products are for all the people, individuals, you know. So you'll see like most of the time these latest mobiles would be with youth. They are in this age bracket. So they are the key to sell new products and services. So similarly, we have to understand the target market. So when you define a target segment means dividing market into meaningful, you know, customers to whom we want to sell. So when we are trying to target marketing, it refers to which segments do we go and sell our products. So if we are trying to offer a new mobile phone, then we probably will be targeting a youth between the age of 17 to 23. So we'll be putting all our marketing efforts, we'll be putting all our channels to go and attract this segment. So we'll not be selling it to someone who is 53 years old. Yeah, definitely. People with 53 years old, they also buy new mobile phones, but very few of them, they are kind of interested into the new products and services, and especially the gadgets and the technologies, So this has always a great market segment to target. So that's the difference between market segmentation and targeting, and that's how it is used by marketing. Now coming in the designing demarketing concept. What is demarketing? Demarketing is marketing to reduce demand temporarily or permanently. The aim is not to destroy demand, but to reduce or shift. So sometimes companies, they do things in which they just want to decrease their sales of the product, and they will just want to reduce the demand temporarily. Uh, the typical example for this will be the mobile industry. Okay, mobile industry. So what they do is when they sell new mobiles, they just try to demarket their early mobile. If they had iPhone 10 and now they are launching iPhone 11. So they will not be talking negative about it, iPhone 10, but they'll be talking and highlighting the different distinctive features of this. So ultimately, they will just make the customer to shift from iPhone 10 to 11. So this is a way through which they are not, in fact, talking negative about anything, but they're just talking positive about the new product and feature. Ultimately, creates a difference between in the minds of the customer, and then the customer is willing to pay like extra 30,000, or sorry, extra 2,000, 3,000 Saudi riyals to buy a new one, and they just sell the old one on a lower price. So this is how they create demarketing, just to sell the new product, just to add more price to that. So value proposition, we also touched value in our first lectures, and again I'm just trying to explain the value proposition is the set of benefits or values a company promises to deliver to customer to satisfy their needs. So we have already talked about value in a detail, that a value is can be a combination of different products and services, different promises. Like I always ask students, if we go and buy, if I go and buy to Marks and Spencer and buy myself a shirt for its color is like 15.5 inch. So do I have to check it? No, I just don't need to check it. I just buy it and I can just make an online order. The shirt will come to my house, and if I'll use it, it should be perfect. This color with regular, was arm length. So every time I buy this shirt, it fits me. What is the reason? It's the company's commitment to their quality. In a normal country, when we have the tailors, if you go and make a tailor and ask him to make a top for you, one time the top is going to be a bit large, the next time it's going to be a bit short, the next time it can be a bit, so their reliability is not as accurate as we go to the big companies. The reason being is that this is their commitment, their verbal or able promises that they make. And then they will sometimes they say we'll send it, and the delivery is free. Sometimes they just the texture of the shirt is not gonna be told. The shirt is gonna be high quality. Its color is going to be high quality. Its stitching is going to be high quality. So these are the values that we are looking into a shirt when we are buying it from Marks and Spencer. So this is never, they have never committed with us, but this is their informal commitment to the value. And if you are paying like, if you are paying 120 pounds to buy a shirt, 120 pounds to buy a shirt, then you are just uh, assuming that they must provide all these things and a nice packaging, you know, a nice kind of its texture and its color and all these things should be perfect. So a value proposition is a set of benefits or values that you are expecting from a product that you are buying it. So if this value is missing, the customer don't go and buy. So this is again in the minds of the individual, that what is the value that they're getting out of it. So let's see what are the different stages of marketing and how the marketing has evolved. So there are like different stages which we call production concept, product concept, selling concept, marketing concept, and societal concept. So these are very much linked with the American history. So all these are linked with American history. It's very funny. But so what happened was before the World War, and in America they were on the production concept. So they were just producing, and they were just selling. So let's talk about the production concept. So it's the idea that consumer will favor products that are available or highly affordable. So what companies were doing at that time? They were just producing their products, and they were just thinking that they'd be sold, and that's how it was happening, because before the World War, people have good disposable incomes, so they were just buying the products and services. Then after the First World War, the Americans' history moves on to the next stage. That is the product concept, and no, there was being early to that. So they just consider, like, if you can develop a great product, it will be sold in the market. So what happened is, let's see, this product concept is the idea that consumers will favor products that offer the most quality, preferences, and features. Organization should therefore devote its energy to make continuous product improvement. So after this, there were like companies put all the efforts to try to make the best products. Initially, they were just thinking like you can just sell anything. Now the second concept, they just moved on to develop the right kind of products that the customer will be buying. Then they move on to another concept that is called selling concept. Because as I told you, after the World War, in America, they were like downturn in this manufacturing. People were not buying. Initially, if they were making cars, they were just making cars of black color, and the black color cars were being sold in the market. Everybody was buying. Then they, in this product concept, this thing, okay, we should have other colors as well added to the car so that people can buy a product what they need, and if we can make a superior car, our car is going to be sold. Then in this concept, selling concept, what in American history it happened was that still after being making the best of the cars, they were not being sold. So they consider like if we can sell anything by a strong selling team. So the selling concept comes in. Selling concept, they are of the belief that is the idea that consumers will not buy enough of the firm's product unless it undertakes a large scale selling and promoting effort. So they were putting high on the sales star, and they just wanted to get sales star. They can sell anything for them. But later on, they discovered that this is not it. So they were facing problems They could not sell, because if you can sell something to someone, that is not a repeat sale. If they buy the products and if they're not happy with it, they are not going to buy it again. So if you are not getting the products and services being bought again, then this is a problem for the company, because like if in King Faisal University or any other university, one of the students come in and he or she gets graduated, and when his family and friends and relatives they talk about the university, and then he or she does not recommend the university, so what happens? No more students are coming. So this is not a good point. Now the companies realize that this is something very serious. Then they are coming to what we call nowadays is the marketing concert. So the marketing concept is the idea that achieving organization goals depends on knowing the needs and wants of the target market and delivering the desired satisfaction better than competitor. So this is the concept. If you remember, we talked about early in this start of the lecture about the marketing. So everything has to be derived. Everything should start from the customers, and the customers should decide what you want. The customer will tell what they want. The customer needs, if you're addressing those needs, then you develop products and services accordingly. Otherwise you are deemed to face a problem. So this is the concept that has developed, and now recently we have got a new concept that is called societal marketing. Concept is the idea that companies should make good products decisions by considering the consumer wants, the company's requirement, consumers' long-term interests, and societal long-run interest. So consideration for the society has also come. So don't make the product that are harmful for the society, that are good for long-term relationship with the customers, and they are according to the wants of the customer. So this is called a societal marketing concept. So that's how it works out. Basically, society is made of welfare in which the company basically tries to earn profits, but it has to, on the other corner of this triangle is the customer wants and needs. And so the company, the marketing concept was that company should try to address the wants and needs of the customer. But here they have added one more important dimension, and that is society. That all these wants and needs should be satisfied, but not at the cost of the society. So you should give something back to the society, because all the profits and the gains that we are getting it from the society. So there are like different concepts. One is called CRS, which is called corporate social responsibilities. So it's a CSR. It's corporate social responsibility. So corporate has got social responsibilities that they have to give back to the society from where they get these profits and other things. Then talking about the marketing mix concept and integrated marketing programs. So this is basically important for us to understand what are the key concepts about marketing mix. A marketing mix, basically, we also call them 4 Ps. Okay, that they use to implement its marketing strategy. So all these P's are product, price, promotion, and place. So you have to understand these 4 Ps, which is product, price, promotion, and place. So this, if you make a good combination of these 4 Ps, you develop a good strategy for the company. So you can sell the products and services in a right, proper manner. So first thing, we know that the importance of the product. Ultimately, your product's quality is going to help you to sell. If you do not have a high quality product, then you cannot sell it. Like if Mazda or Albake or KFC or McDonald's do not offer a high quality product, ultimately they will not be able to sell it. And then what is the price they are going to set? So marketing price is very important. It's like it is assumed if a product has got a higher price, it has to be a high quality product. So there's a direct relationship between price with the quality. So we consider like higher the price is going to be a higher quality product. So if you go to the 5 Real shop, you do not expect a high quality product. So if you want to get a high quality product, you have to go to a top brand shops. So that's how they play with the price and promotion. So that's why you would understand there's Lamborghini, Ferrari, BMW. They just try to sell high price products. It is because they just have created a value in the minds of the customer. They consider it's a high value, and that's why they can sell it for 1,000 or $1 million. Another thing is integrated marketing program is a comprehensive plan that communicates and delivers the intended value to chosen customer. So we have to understand that integrated marketing programs basically tries how we are communicating and delivering our intended value to them. So what are the channels we are going to use to send this quality information to our customers? How would they know it? What mediums do we have to choose for them? So this is important. Are we going to use social media? Are we used to use conventional billboards? Are we going to organize some events? How we are going to tell them about our products and services? So there's another whole dimension. This is called customer relationship management. It's key, as we know, this customer are the key. Now, because of the advancement of the technology, we can get hold of information about the customer. If you happen to go to Lulu nowadays, they are offering online. They offer you an online app. You have to download the Lulu app, and they give you happiness points. They call them happiness points. Okay. So why do they do it? Because they just wanted to have a data on you. If you get this app downloaded, you will just see all your bills and your all previous purchases. So if you have this information, the Lulu has also got this information with them. So they know what you purchase, they know what you purchase, how often you go to the Lulu, and how often you purchase these products and services. So they know exactly about what are your likes and preferences, what is your family size, how much products and services you buy. So imagine one day you forget to buy a milk or a bread, they're gonna send you a message and they say, this month you did not buy it. All this thing is done to have a better understanding of the customers. So this is about customer relationship management. The other day I received happy birthday messages from my bank. So the banks, they have got this data in the system, and the system sends automatic happy birthday messages to the customers, just trying to make the customers feel like, oh, we care about you. But basically, these are like computers, they are doing it. So because of the advancement of the technology, these businesses are using this data, and they need to have a close relationship with the customers. So how you can build customer relationship? There is an important thing we have to understand that customers perceive value is very important versus customer satisfaction. So the difference between total customer value and the total customer cost. Okay. So how much value do you give to the products and service? The total value. If like a new mobile phone comes, and if you might have seen like in UK, when I was there, I saw like when they were launching new iPhone or Samsung phone, you would see people standing in the queues for in the it's raining and it's like snow is happening, like people are in queue for like thousands of customers. They are in the queue, they are waiting for the launch of the new mobile phone, and I think it was for iPhone. They just wanted to buy it. So they considered it's a high value. That's why they were homeless for 1.5 days. They were just waiting in the queue. They just incur all this cost. It's just not the price. They just made people to come out of their homes and wait for like 1 to 2 days. They created this value. So value was higher, and they considered cost is little to buy this thing. And they considered cost is little to buy this thing. So that's how the marketers create a high value, and they consider like the cost to buy this product is lower. So sometimes to a person spending 1 million on a car is worth it. They consider this as a value for the money that I am spending. And when they are doing it, they are basically trying to create a customer satisfaction. This is the extent to which a product's perceived performance matches a buyer's expectation. So everything is his or her expectations. So if you get something as per your expectations or higher than your expectations, you will be happy. But if you, I don't know how to make happy face, happy. But if you'll not buy something that is, it does not match your expectations and it is lower than your expectations, even though the product's quality is higher, you'll not be happy, you'll not be satisfied. So what happened? You're not going to buy it again. Okay, building customer relationship is a key thing that we have to understand. That we can develop basic relationship with customers. We can develop full partnership relationship with customers. They can be our brand ambassador. They can just uh, talking about the products and services. Nowadays, because of the social media, we can see like customers just talking about their brands, they're just loving it, and they become the ambassador for the company. So building customer relationship is a challenge, and because of the technology, the customers are being offered lots of different options. So you have to be very careful. So relating with more carefully select customers uses selected relationship management to target fewer, more profitable customers. So relating more deeply and interactively by incorporating more interactive ways relationship through blogs, websites, online communities, and social media networks. This was not available like 10, 20 years back. There were only one-way traffic, so the customers were just one way. They will just send the message across and they cannot talk to the company. Now, because of the advancement of this technology, we can see that the customers are also they're just talking to the companies. They can go on their blogs. They can write their message. Their concerns are heard, and they can create. They become more powerful. They can create trends on the Twitters. If you notice, they can create trends on the Twitter, or they can, if some customer is having a bad experience, he just shares it on the social media, and that can have a very negative effect on the customer sales, product and services sales. So that's why the companies are very much interested in trying to get the feedback from the customers. Okay, so the objective is that we just try to make customers our partners. So partnership relationship involves working closely with partners in other company departments and outside the company to jointly bring greater value to customer. So the objective is just trying to make them our ambassadors, just trying to get the maximum sales, just trying to build maximum customer satisfaction, maximum customer awareness about the product and services. Okay, we can talk about building customer relationship in next class. And I think this is enough for today's lecture. We have already covered quite a number of slides. So I just did it because I just wanted to have a recorded session so the students can always refer back to this online lecture. So if any student wants to ask any questions, please go ahead. Okay, students, are you following me? Okay, students, are you following me? Please text